Right. Yeah. All right. Sweet. Well, I think I'm on Twitch too. Pretty crazy. I wonder if my green screen uh, glitching yet. Of course. Let's fix the green screen. Oh, my hair is so short. Somebody will join the room. I don't even know how to add. Oh, dude. Talk about not knowing what you're doing. I don't think I have hate speech. All right. Um, what's up with my green screen? Fix that. We love it. Wow. Hmm. Dude, talk about technical difficulties. Promise you, I had shit. And I think I look, and that's what matters, right? Should I put Alex Jones in the title? Yeah, look. As long as I look pretty. Green screens are a pain in the ass. All right. I don't know if you guys are bots, but tell me if you can see my thing. If you're in the chat, I see a couple people. Kind of awesome. You guys are really there. I don't believe. Anyways. Yeah. How it feels right now. Um, Sick, dudes. All right. I think I look pretty decent. Dude, the captions are so cool. Okay. What are we talking about today? And yeah, if you're in the fucking chat, say something. Um, yeah. All right. Just do it. Yo. There we go. It look so tight. All right. Um, yeah, so I'm coming. All right. Thank you. Thank you. All right, coming to you from the heart of Los Angeles, where the sun is shining, the palm trees are swaying. Um, and yeah, I had an interesting day. A rogue golf cart. Like I was walking down the street, and I don't live in like a weird area or anything. Like, I mean, I do. Like, it's not like the best part of LA, but uh, definitely not making that Ethan Klein money. Okay, but I'm just like out of nowhere. I look up for 1 second, and there's a rogue golf cart, with like a uh one of those flower fruit things like hanging off the front of it. It was so crazy. Yeah. But who needs cars in LA, right? We're all about that eco-friendly transportation here in the sunny part of the entertainment capital of the world, where writers don't get paid and I don't get late. No. Trying to get in the swing of it right here, guys. Okay. Um, I will say I hate OB. Um, but yeah, LA really has bad traffic, and hey, a golf cart sounds awesome, right? Um, right. So my name is Biggie Smalls, and I'm bucking at the Busters. Oh, just kidding. My real name is Max Heart Rate, short for maximum BPM. Okay, anyways, what's up? But speaking of eco-friendly transportation, you know what's not eco-friendly? The fuel it takes to run my brain smoothly. um, but yeah, no, I think in reality, some of the things we're gonna talk about though is like it's just crazy the monopoly that Disney has on our entertainment industry. Disney, yeah, I mean, they're just such a part of our childhoods, and they run the entertainment industry. Not just our childhoods, like Disney owns all of these parts of the media, not just the theme parks. We all know about the theme parks, but it's just insane that they literally like they own ESPN, ABC. They bought all of Fox. They, I'm pretty sure they own like random other parts of movie studios that we don't even think of. Like I knew that they owned Miramax. But like, what are you gonna do when the Mickey Mouse is the mighty mi- mischief, right? Right. But we're gonna go into a deep dive into what's going on at Disney today. But first, how's everyone doing? I hope everyone's having a good day. It's kind of nighttime now in LA. But depending on where you are, it's a different time zone, and that's cool. And we like that. I hope you're having a less bizarre day than me, though. I must admit, the golf cart definitely added a nice touch of absurdity to my morning. It was just crazy. It was on the fucking, and it had like the fruit cart flower thing in the back, like the rainbow thing. You know what I'm talking about. But just never seen that. Like, it was like 20 feet away from me while I was walking my dog, and I I didn't know how to react, to be honest. So thanks. But yeah, sorry for the low energy. It's just getting late here, but I still wanted to hop on. I hope you like my set. I don't know what I'm looking at, but I fucking love my little, like, it's kind of like a LED, like a bodega sign, right? Like, it's kind of, we're all about here. We're kind of, we're DIY, right? Right, right. Um, oh shit, I couldn't find it. There's this great Kanye meme. Yeah, right here. Show this. Um, oh, yeah, it's copyrighted music, whatever. Hold on, let me put it on the screen. It's kind of hard to see. It says me seeing the therapist, not laughing my joke, and start to take notes. He's sealing the joke. Um. Anyways, right. Um. Your therapist doesn't laugh. I kind of a fucked up thing when you try to make your therapist laugh, right? Um. They're stealing. But anyways, when you just like have a joke not land. Yeah. Yeah. We can all relate. We can all relate. We've all been there. We've all done it. And again, this is my first stream ever as Zonzo Mindhouse. So buckle up, kiddos. Like, this is the empire starts here, right? Yeah. I'm saying. That's what I'm fucking saying. That's what I'm fucking talking about. But yeah, stay tuned for, we're gonna get into some other stuff, some juicy celebrity gossip. Um, Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner are heading for Splitsville. You won't believe the reason why, but stay tuned. Yeah, right. Okay. Settle down. But yeah. So celebrity breakups are always kind of, don't they always just take a tragic yet important part of our day in our minds? But yeah, no, sorry. Moving on though. Um, we're gonna talk about this John Travolta Reddit post that's going viral. It's pretty great. It's like this photo of his house. Then there's this Twitter writer who wrote a brutal takedown of Elon Musk's leadership, and then he's like involved in. I mean, what isn't he involved in these days, right? But like he he's it's the Anti Defamation League. It's just like this big Jewish, anti-Semitism basically. Um, right. That's good. But then, yeah, let's talk about the Delta flight. Don't know what I'm talking about. It's the poo poo flight, diarrhea incident. Um, there's a lot of poo poo on the plane, so that's gonna be a fun one, right? Um, yeah. But before we dive into all that mess, let's talk about something a little less controversial. Like, it's barely September and Halloween displays are already up at fucking Target. Like, does anyone else think that's kind of fucked up? Like, I don't want this year to be over already, right? Like, um, yeah, yeah, I agree. Um, but yeah, speaking of this year getting crazy, and it's like also the Starbucks like pumpkin spice lattes, like they're gonna pop out of nowhere anywhere, and it's like I always feel like the brands just kind of make the holidays. It starts to feel like maybe I'm like, tell me if I'm crazy saying this, but like maybe brands kind of create the mood for these holidays when they start putting out these uh these specialty items. They kind of are the things, it feels a little bit like, set the tone for the holiday seasons when you start seeing those Starbucks uh, pumpkin spice lattes and the red themed holiday banners. And it's like once Halloween's over, the next day I guarantee is when all the Christmas stuff will be out. Like, I think they literally wait, or they do it the week before. I think last year was the week before. But anyways, you're talking to a guy who was just dodging golf carts on the sidewalk. But anyways, Burning Man also just ended. That was insane. And happy Labor Day. If you went to a Burning Man, I'd love to hear your stories. But in the daily battle of mainstream media, the left is complaining today. The right is going insane, and the weather is as predictable as ever. So just another regular day in our crazy world. Right? Right. Um, but yeah, I'm joking, but I do love to watch just every day the repetitive cycle of the left and the right. It's always like these like Tucker Carlson or Bill Maher, these guys who just go out there and they just, all they talk about is the media, but they don't realize that they're the media. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right, right. Media is the media, folks. But yeah, get the show on the road. I think it would be good to pull up this lovely story about. I haven't really read much about it, but I'd love to see what the deal is here. Cool. So my hand is close. That's not good. Um, Jesus Christ. Oops. Anyways, so cool. Do it. Talk about this messy divorce gossip. Um, Cool. So Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner are getting a divorce, I guess. But it's kind of crazy. I just read the headline, but they something to do with a ring camera, and you know, I couldn't resist trying to understand what the fuck is this about. But it's celebrity culture is a crazy part of our society, right? Like we don't really know too much about these celebrities, but then we get these little insights, like something about their ring cam. It's just so personal, anyways. But so let's read the article. So Joe Jonas saw her. It was in TMZ. It was in other place. I found it on Twitter, but she was in Game of Thrones, and what? He's a Jonas brother. I think so. If his last name is Jonas, I'm just kidding. I know who he is, but and I didn't watch a single episode of Game of Thrones, which I think is crazy. Anyways, so see what the story says. Multiple sources who have direct contact with Joe tell TMZ Joe had access to a ring camera that captured Sophie saying and or doing something that made him realize the marriage was over. They've been on the rocks for 6 months over a significant difference in lifestyles. She likes to party. He likes to stay at home. Like, what does that even mean? They're both celebrities. They're both always like, and I don't know. She just had a kid, I think, and so what is she like? Some cokehead? Like, what they're painting it like she's this psychopath. Uh, you know, edge lord. So as we reported, thank you TMZ for knowing all these details. Over the last 3 months, Joe has had the kids almost all the time. Sophie has been in London, but Joe and his bros were touring the US. So he's out and about too. What are they talking about? Their lifestyles are just that they're always in different parts of the world. Um, cool, cool, cool. Well, what the fuck was on the ring camera? And I love the fact that Joe Jonas somehow is checking his ring camera. I don't buy it. But it's so vague. Like, how did this story get out there? First off, like, sorry guys, but like celebrities leak this shit. Obviously, like this is not. Don't buy into the facade that you know that somebody in their circle is the one leaking this. Like, this is such an intimate detail um that I'm sure he only told his mom and you know his brother. But it's you know anyways, celebrities leak this shit. They love to. They're all. This is all. They thought it would be fun to get this out. Or he did. All right. Who fucking. All right. But I care. We care. We do care. I know my vape is gonna green screen out. Part of the charm, right? DIY, baby. Um, Surveillance technology is pretty crazy though. It's so insane that you could see, like, you know what I mean? Like, uh, I know there was like some hackings of ring cameras. Um, yeah, but where he feels like, right? Uh, there's a video about it. No, Jonas was so invulnerable. He caught himself doing the foo-foo. Oh, here we go.
Sophie Turner seems to have a carefree night amid news she and her husband Joe Jonas are getting divorced. On Saturday, the Game of Thrones star was seen dancing and singing along to Eminem with her Joan co-stars at a wrap party for the ITV series in Birmingham, England. A bartender from Drop Shot Dig Beth told Access Hollywood of her night out. Sophie was so lovely and friendly to all the staff, and honestly, for the brief time me seeing her, she didn't have a crazy wild night. She just had some fun with her co-stars. The Do Revenge actress has reportedly been in the UK since May while working on the show, and was seen in photos holding up drinks behind the bar with her pals. An insider told Access that they do believe she was wearing what seemed like a wedding ring at the time, and took a shot with bartenders
What?
and enjoyed a few mojitos. The celebration came just days before the duo announced they are breaking up. On Wednesday,
Bringing up.
Before the duo announced they are breaking up.
They're breaking up. They're breaking up.
Came just days before the duo announced they are breaking up. On Wednesday, the former couple each posted a brief statement to Instagram confirming their split, writing, "Statement from the two of us. After 4 wonderful years of..."
They put out a mutual statement.
Marriage, we have
After 4 wonderful years of marriage. I should read this in like a Victorian voice. This is the Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner statement in a Victorian voice. After 4 wonderful years of marriage, we have decided to amicably end our marriage. There are many speculative narratives as to why, but truly, this is a united decision, because we are both knights and ladies of the court, and we sincerely hope that everyone can respect our wishes for privacy for us and our children. Buddy, you fucking leaked the allegedly, in my opinion, you leaked this story to spite her, saying that you had access to a Ring camera. I mean, it's literally the headline on TMZ. Who finds that out? You leaked it.
Mutually decided to amicably end our marriage. There are many that everyone confirmed, according to court documents.
Congratulations, baby number 2.
Thank you. Congrats.
And July 2022. Access Hollywood spoke to the Little Bird singer in September 2022, just weeks after their youngest was born, and he shared how parenthood has impacted him.
Well, congratulations.
All right, well, that's great. Talk about the toxic celebrity bullshit. I do love though that the Ring camera was the final straw for Joe. The final straw for Joe was the Ring camera thing that he saw. He won't tell anybody what he saw, but he saw it, and you should know that he saw something on the Ring camera, and he won't tell you what it is. But Joe Jonas saw something on the Ring camera, and it was fucking bad. It was so bad. He had access to the Ring camera, and he saw him doing stuff. Sophie said something bad. Anyways, yeah, who needs soap operas when you've got Ring cameras and TMZ? Am I right, or am I right? If I saw my girlfriend talking shit about me on a Ring camera, I'd probably, I mean, it depends, I guess, on exactly what was said, but my dog, sorry. But you know, that's fair game, baby. Like, let it out. I know I'm a piece of work sometimes, and you know, Let them. Cute. Anyways, so got a lot more to talk about. Yeah, let's go deep. Other shit. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, this is funny. I have intentionally not read anything about this other than the fact that I know it has to do with John Travolta, which is already anything. Whenever there's something about John Travolta, I get excited. Um, cool. So it was like, okay, so basically, somebody on Reddit found a photo of John Travolta's house, right? God, we gotta see the Reddit post. It's like he doesn't even care about 10s. Okay, so this is the post. Why was this in Yahoo News today? Literally, it was like in multiple news sources. I don't understand how it went viral today, but cool. So then basically it was just this photo, and it's, you can see the caption. It says, uh wait, yeah. All right, so it says an aerial view. I just want to, how do you know what? All right, so it's like, it says an aerial view of JT's yeah, John Travolta's house in Ocala, Florida, with parking woo, for his Bombardier Challenger. And so if you look closely at the image, you can see that uh he has the jet parked in a parking spot, and then another jet in a parking spot. And I guess that's what the article in Yahoo News is basically about, is that, okay, so an aerial view of what one Redditor identified as John Travolta's house provoked intense reactions from commenters this August. And this is posted September 6, 2023. The photo appeared in R Anti Consumption, a subreddit whose tagline is simply "Consumerism Kills." The community is dedicated to finding ways to buy less, reduce waste, and minimize members' impact on the planet. Goes on to say, when a user showed how the most wasteful members of society live, the responses are predictable. Okay. So I think the comments were the story, but also kind of balling. Okay, so John Travolta though is great though, because what is he like? All I know about John Travolta is, I hate to say it, but like gay scandals, multiple gay scandals, none proven, not publicly, at least out of the closet, multiple scandals over multiple years, and Scientologist, And other than that, there is no information about him, and he mispronounced Idina Menzel's name famously at the Oscars. That is about it for JT. Yet he's one of the most famous celebrities in the world. I'm kind of like Tom Cruise, but anyways, go to the actual post. It's like he doesn't even care about tennis. John Travolta's driveway is an airport. I think it's more so just the fact that Yahoo made this article about a Reddit post with what 1.8 thousand upvotes, not even like homepage material. It's a great photo. That is quite the driveway. But then the Yahoo News article has 8.2 thousand comments. So they took a story, or they made a story about a Reddit post, and they made the story about the Reddit post, which wasn't even that big, and then are manufacturing sort of a controversy. Yes, but pretty entertaining though. Not gonna lie. Just by owning 2 jets, his carbon footprint is larger than a small city. I mean, who wouldn't want to park their jet in front of their house? You have 2. That's the dream, right? I mean, the man has a driveway for his jets. Most of us can't even find a good parking spot at the grocery store. How does he pull? How does he pull the jets out? Is the better question. How does he reverse the jets? Like, does he have a runway? Where do these jets go? And why are they parked in his driveway? That is the mystery of this story that Yahoo News does not seem to be covering. And that's the scandal here. How does John Travolta, and does he just like, does John Travolta just rear view camera out his whichever jet of the day he's taking to work? And how do these cars get around the jet? Does it ever block them? I wish MTV Cribs was back. Good old days, right? Um, you know. But the best comment, it's like he doesn't even care about tennis. True. Pretty far away from the Jets. It says just by owning 2 jets, his carbon footprint is larger than a small city. Oh, the armchair environmentalist, baby. Reddit is a no chill zone. I'll say that. Reddit is great. I love Reddit for all sorts of unique content and getting, just like they have a much better algorithm than most social media platforms. But yeah, so stories about ostentatious wealth. Disgusting photo. John Travolta's home sparks outrage with 8.2 thousand. I mean, that means this has been shared hundreds of thousands of times on some platform somewhere. You need MTV Crib. Say that. Lifestyles of the rich and the famous. Right? All right, this is an interesting story. So, this is my shit right here. This is my shit. So of tracking the Elon Musk shit show. It just keeps getting better and better. This time he's brought the Jews into the fray. The Jews in his line of sight. It was only a matter of time before Elon started going after the Jews, right? Like he banned Kanye, right? Like he banned Kanye for posting a swastika, right? That was like famous when he took over. And then now he's on a warpath on the Anti-Defamation League. There's a lot more to it. And then you have this guy who is a famous, yes, tech writer who's been around for a long time, but basically his name's Walt Mossberg. We'll go into the story, but this is some meta Twitter drama where it's the owner of Twitter, Elon, who's now in control of the entire Twitterverse in a way where he can essentially make policy decisions, but the drama unfolds on Twitter as Twitter drama. It's not like, Zuck, who will make moves and he stays out of the controversies, but for the most part. But up to sunblock. But anyways, so talk about, God, I love my captions, right? Don't you? So here's the story. Walt Mossberg, one of the most respected. Now, boy, when I say respected, this man, gold star. But it says Walt Mossberg, one of the most respected veteran writers in the universe. Now, he, he's there. There's a handful of them that exist in. There are some journalists left in the world. That's kind of my point here, that still have names. And I guess Walt Mossberg, who I'm not familiar with, but he's one of the most respected veteran tech writers in the U.S. And he announced on Tuesday that he's leaving Twitter, and he was retired in 2017. And he wrote a scorching takedown of Elon and his foray into boosting the far right, and that itself has gotten more visibility than the Anti-Defamation League attacks, in my opinion. So he wrote, if you're not familiar with the Anti-Defamation League, it's a storied organization with kind of like the ACLU, but they primarily focus on, suppose, defamation of character, but their brand is associated with Semitism and combating it. If not, I think exclusively focuses on anti-Semitism. But let's just confirm that. Yeah, so they're only against bias and anti-Semitism, but I think it's really just anyways. So then back to the article, though. Sorry, I just had to look at the Anti-Defamation League. I know, enough about them just through the media They're well regarded. It's not some small organization. This is the anti defamation league. They are the league. Extraordinary Jews. I'm Jewish. I can say that. Not not meant to be making fun of the anti defamation, but the league component is a great. It's a great. That's a great name. Okay. So Mossberg's statement says, I have deactivated my account on Twitter X, which began in 2007. Mossberg, 76. Let's pull up a photo of Mossberg Walt. Yeah, I don't know anything about who is he. Where have you been all my life, Patty? No, he's got a Wikipedia. So Walt Mossberg is an American technology journalist and moderator, principal technology columnist for the Wall Street Journal. Okay, he also co-founded All Things D. Oh, All Things D. All right. Okay. And code conferences. He was the executive editor of The Verge. Okay. We get it. We get it. We get it. Walt is homies with Steve Jobs. Okay. So Walt is legit. So under Elon Musk, this is his statement. Under Elon Musk, Twitter has not only decided to stop blocking bigots and liars and pro-insurrectionists, it has actively welcomed them with apparent support from Senor Musk. I had already cut my participation there by 90%. Well, that's a good stat, guy. He got the data. But Musk's latest move to threaten to ban and sue the ADL to the delight of anti-Semites and other haters is the last straw for me. Didn't like the real heads, they quit when the real ones quit when he took over, and then there was the parodies and the people, and then they all came back. But okay, is he Jewish? Is he? Okay, he is. He is. He's categorized as under Jewish American writers, Walt Mossberg, and then Elon, not a Jew. So, okay. So the my understanding of the thing with the Anti-Defamation League is that, boy, we have John Passantino saying legendary tech writer Walt Mossberg has had enough of Twitter. Oh my God. How could Walt Mossberg, a man nobody's heard of, betray this platform, which is such a vital part of our media? I don't know. This was like one of the top trending stories on Google today, but the real thing though going on, and it's just another day in Musk world, but the real thing that's been going on is there's a battle with the ADL and Elon. So this stuff is kind of getting to be a big deal, I guess, because of the Walt Mossberg reaction, and then I've seen some think pieces about it, but yes, there's something to do with a right-wing blogger. So I think we can all, not familiar with the story, we can all learn at the same time, I guess. But okay, so let's go back to the article though. So Co-founded Recode with Kara Swisher, legendary Kara Swisher. I know Kara Swisher, but where's the okay Musk? This is the backstory, but it says Musk sparked a firestorm of controversy over the weekend by boosting calls from Irish white nationalist Keith O'Brien, who goes by Keith Woods. I wonder why he has a different last name online, trying to hide your identity, to ban the ADL Twitter. Okay? He self identifies as a raging anti Semite, and he joined other far right agitators, many of whom were previously banned from Twitter, and then had their accounts restored under Musk leadership to get the hashtag ban the ADL to trend globally in recent days. Okay. I don't understand why Musk would get involved there, but then I think it had something to do with advertising revenue. Use the ADL as being one of the biggest generators of anti-Semitism on Twitter, and threatened to sue the Anti-Defamation League for defamation. Okay, that's a lot. Can someone just give me an explained article? Literally, the headline: Elon Musk versus the Anti-Defamation League explained. Oh, doesn't get when ChatGPT is writing articles for you, what you get. So, okay, here we go. I think this stuff with Elon is just, he loves to troll, and I think that he gets off on it, and I think that he's like an arbiter of chaos almost. I think that I don't know what is driving Musk, but the fact that he so quickly has gone from tech icon, universally beloved, especially for his progress in environmentalism and eco-friendly, you know, pursuits through essentially the largest startup, then became one of the biggest companies in the world, Tesla, and SpaceX, and all these things. I mean, he was a walking, real life Iron Man. So bizarre, man. It's so weird, right? This whole thing with him, like how he's gone from 0 to 100 real quick. But yeah, I mean, Twitter used to be just like fun celebrity news and cute memes and shit like that. And now it's like, I mean, he was forced to buy it. I think he regretted it, and I don't think he wanted to buy it. But now it's become this platform for basically just the right. Like it's like there's not much like reported on that comes out of Twitter. I know that the news organizations are still on it, but it's just crazy. Anyways, the, the Musk thing we all know, but the so okay, here's yeah. So it was due to advertising revenue, and he's pissed about that because he is not making any money from Twitter. Everybody knows that part. So in a series of posts on yellow highlight, that's cool. In a series of posts on X, Musk repeatedly blamed the ADL for a 60% decline in the site's revenue, alleging a coordinated effort by the group, which monitors extremism, to push advertisers away from Twitter after Musk purchased it last year. So how did the ADL? How did the ADL do that? Like that just feels like shooting the messenger. I think everybody's aware that Twitter was already rising, in the ranks of right wing extremism prior to him buying it. But then, okay, so it says since the acquisition, the ADL has been trying to kill this platform by falsely accusing it and me of being anti-Semitic. I have not heard once anybody call Musk specifically anti-Semitic, like psychopath or right-wing troll or moron. Like these are things that seem to get said about Musk pretty frequently these days. But you know, I just when has anyone like heard Musk specifically being anti-Semitic? I've never heard that, to be honest. Our US advertising revenue is still down 60%, primarily due to pressure on advertisers by ADL. That's what the advertisers tell us. That's just what they're telling, buddy. That's just what they're telling you to your face. They're not advertising there because they think you're a lunatic. Our US advertising revenue is still down 60%, primarily due to pressure on advertisers, specifically only the 80. It's all a conspiracy to take down Musk in his mind. So, yeah, one should take Musk's threats against the ADL about as seriously as his proposal for a cage match against Zuckerberg, which apparently he has dropped out of because I think Mark Zuckerberg was pretty. Anyways, that's good stuff. We love Elon. Always a source of great sanity these days. He used to be the cool guy. I used to think he was so awesome. I'm not afraid to say it, but he really used to be. Anyways, so this is a hard transition, but I think we need to talk about this Delta poo poo flight. Delta diarrhea.
It's just a biohazard issue. We've had a faster.
Right, sorry. This is okay. So apparently there was a Delta flight that was, I don't know the specifics yet, but forced into an emergency landing by a passenger's diarrhea. And I've had my fair share of poo poo, but I've never made a plane land with it. So, and I've taken a shit on an airplane. That's usually not my go to, but pooping on an airplane is so uncomfortable. But talk about some turbulence, right? Got a little turbulence here and some light diarrhea. Okay, so this is the air traffic signal controller dispatch audio that they released. So the pilot saying that he has to make an emergency landing because of diarrhea. All right, here we go.
It's just a biohazard issue. We've had a passenger who had diarrhea all the way through the airplane, so they.
Oh, sorry. Okay. I'm just gonna watch it.
Hazard issue. We've had a passenger who had diarrhea all the way through the airplane, so they want us to come back to the land. Negative. It's just a biohazard issue. We've had a passenger who had diarrhea all the way through the airplane, so they want us to come back to the land. Negative. Negative. It's just a
Is this just a thing on a loop? New York Post put it 5 times on a loop. By the way, they're talking about diarrhea. That's so good. How did the diarrhea get through the airplane? That's the best. That's the part I'm curious about. How did he shit in the? Did he shit in the? Did they shit in the aisles? Delta diarrhea. The video about it. Don't have an ad, please. Oh my god.
Spectrum TV customers, you have
Is there a better video? Oh boy. Okay. I kind of need to watch this. Holy shit. Literally. What is that? Oh, they put tarps down? Oh my god. The septic tank must have broken or something. Dude, that's so the cough. That's all shit on the floor? This is just fucked up. It's just a loop. Insane.
Delta flight headed for Spain was forced to turn around because of an unfortunate situation.
Negative. It's just a biohazard issue. We've had a passenger who had diarrhea all the way through the airplane. So
Wait, they didn't even get that far before this guy took a shit. How? Usually can't. The seatbelt sign doesn't even get turned off until like you're in the air.
they want us to come back to Atlanta.
All the way through the airplane, yeah. Sadly, for those passengers, the diarrhea was not contained to the bathroom.
Oh my goodness.
It happened about 2 hours into the flight. After making an emergency landing, everybody was transferred to a different plane. Delta says the original plane was deep cleaned and described the moment as a, quote, medical issue. I also heard that people tried to spray
Where did
vanilla.
you hear that? Where did you hear that?
That's awesome. Oh, Phil DeFranco.
A flight from Atlanta to Barcelona was forced to turn around 2 hours into the...
No. Oh.
A flight from Atlanta to Barcelona was forced to turn around 2 hours into the journey because...
We've had a passenger who had diarrhea all the way through the airplane. So they want us to come back to Atlanta.
You had passengers saying it dribbled down the aisle and that they tried to cover up the smell with vanilla, but it just smelled like vanilla diarrhea. And a lot of people have been like, wow, that would have just been a nightmare to be on that, to see that happen. I personally feel so bad for the diarrhea passenger. And not only did this happen, did you cover a plane in diarrhea, you then had to sit in it for 2 hours. And I can't even imagine the feeling of all those eyes on you, like people just going like, you ruined my vacation with your asshole. And then because everything and everyone are connected at all the time and people have phones in their pocket, this becomes national news. Yeah, it just sounds shitty for everyone involved. A flight from Atlanta to Barcelona was forced to turn around 2 hours into the journey because...
We've had a passenger who had diarrhea all the way through the airplane. So they want us to come back to Atlanta.
You had passengers saying it dribbled down the aisle and that they tried...
How? And no, I don't feel bad for the guy. He probably did something stupid. He probably put way too much toilet paper or something. Something that you never should do. Most likely, though. Okay. Gotta get to the bottom of this. Bottom of this shit. Okay. I don't know. Guy's not gonna come forward and explain. Yeah, that's not something anything you want to do a tell all about. Anyways, all right. Well, that's good. That's fun stuff. I always love checking Google Trends and seeing what's going on. Because there is always stuff going on, am I right? I guess this is what's trending today. Zach Bryan. This is like the daily search trends. I guess it's more so things that had a spike. It's not like, I'm sure the biggest search trend is like, you know, how to flush the toilet. You know what I mean? Like WebMD, how do I fix a cold? But these are things that, you know, had a spike or whatever. So Zach Bryan, where to buy Zach Bryan quitting time. I don't even know who the hell that is. That's great. I wish I didn't know who the hell this is. Kourtney Kardashian had urgent fetal surgery to save baby's life. Okay. That sucks. Nick Bosa. See, I don't even know anything about the world. It's so fucked up. And then Mitch McConnell, I know about that. He froze up. Naomi Osaka. Isn't she the one who basically refused? Oh my god, the car going. But he's the one who refused to give a press conference because she was too tired or something, and like people gave her shit for it. I know that there was a whole mental health debate over it, but like it felt like it was her job, kind of. You know, I couldn't sit out of a meeting just because I've, you know, or a presentation for literally the biggest part of my career just because I was stressed. Anyways, okay, cool. Good takes, bro. Tommy Tuberville growing feud over Tuberville's stand on Pentagon nomination. What's this? Growing feud over Tuberville's stand on Pentagon nominations. Okay. Thank you, CNN, for this lovely ad. Ask for. That's a video. Okay. Maybe let's watch. One, two.
Victor, why are you still living with?
Febreze, though, especially, I wonder if it's because of the Delta shit video. Something about my SEO triggered that. Wouldn't be shocking, honestly. Like, I go on one site and I get 20 ads for the Amazon product that I was looking. Okay, it's gone. Okay.
Budget, I've already told them that.
There are several nominees that are major nominees that could be held up by this, including the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. Are you willing to see that position be vacant if this is not resolved by the end of the month?
Well, General Milley won't leave, but they will bring him individually. Milley went individually anyway.
Yeah, they're not. The Democrats are indicating that they're not. So then
Milley's going to have to work overtime then.
John.
What Senator Tuberville is doing is a threat to national security. He is grandstanding on a specific issue that is important to him and many Republicans, but he's applying it to something to which it's largely unrelated, and he is risking America's readiness, military readiness. Pentagon could not be more clear. If a Democrat was doing this, Republicans would be screaming bloody murder on the same grounds. Again, apply the same standards. This is outrageous.
Your latter point, absolutely no argument and probably underappreciated. The former point that Tuberville says he's had closed-door briefings with the Pentagon, and they say he's not convinced that the national security issue is as tangible as they claim publicly.
I don't think Senator Tuberville has more credibility than the Pentagon on this issue.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
What are you doing?
I gotta hit the bathroom right now.
That enlarged prostate has
Didn't really
frequently.
Yeah, day in.
explain anything. Oh, he's holding up 300 military promotions? That's fucked. What does that have to do? The Republicans are the ones who are... They don't fuck with the military. So that's interesting to see a Republican grandstand over the military. I mean, that's their bread and butter is NRA and the military, baby. So Senator Tommy, is it Tuberville or Tuberville? Tubby? Chill. Okay. So 300 military promotions is under fresh pressure as the Senate returns from a month-long recess. And more military leaders call on him to relent. Okay. What's his reason? Yeah, well, that's a good point. The trio charge that is hold is exacting a personal toll on those who least deserve it, including the families of those military figures who are being held up. Interesting to see the Democrats, the pro-military side. So Senate Republicans argued Tuesday that Democrats should consider a one-off vote. Okay. What's the reason he's holding it up? Oh, abortion? He's holding up the military promotions for abortion legislation? These guys don't know their constituents, do they? Like, that's who's... You're pissing off the military families over abortion? What do the two have to do with each other? Okay. And what specific abortion legislation? I know Texas just had some crazy stuff, but that's, I think, state. So, Hub shit brushed off the criticism, vowing he will not give in. Going to be in a holding pattern for a long time. He said, oh, okay, here we go. If the Pentagon refuses to end its policy of paying for travel when a service member goes out of state to get an abortion or other reproductive care. So he's refusing to let these innocent members of the military get promotion or just vote on them, the promotions, because the military provides essential medical care essentially for soldiers who want abortions, which they should be entitled to get. It just helps the military, honestly. I mean, it seems like a no-brainer. You know, the military, I mean, super pro-vaccination too. Shocking. They were like, we want to protect our soldiers. You know, when it comes to the military, it comes to national defense, they're not going to fuck around. These idiots, morons who just, you know, don't have any grip on reality. You know, sure, a lot of the military are right wing. Curious if there are stats around military U.S. survey politics. This is going to be great. No, more so Democrat or Republican. Okay, I'm sure that'll. So Republicans have historically, okay, this is from Google, but Republicans have Google AI. Republicans have historically been pro-military than Democrats. Okay, that's not the question. This is so sick. I would like to know if the U.S. military members have any, or sorry, I would like to know if there are any recent studies around U.S. military members, and if they have any data regarding their political leanings. Essentially, do military members lean left, Democrat, or right, Republican, and by what percentages? See this screen, please, Google. All right, for the view. Some recent studies on U.S. military members and their political leanings include, in 2021, 41% of Republicans oppose policy advocacy. Okay, that's not the question. That's not the question at all. No, the question is about the members themselves, what parties do they vote for? Okay, here we go. I saw an article here. The political party associated. Okay. What percentage of the U.S. military is conservative? Or sources. Okay. From 3 days ago. Okay. Oh, wow. Thank you. Okay, 2020. In 2020, the military skew towards the Republican Party was believed to have swayed. That's this. Why is there not hard stats? I mean, I know that Republicans believe they're the party of military. Republicans are more pro-military than Democrats, but Trump was very anti-war. I mean, that was... Okay, according to a number of sources, the military is predominantly conservative, but it is becoming less Republican. Okay, that's... Military bases swung hard away from Republicans. From The Economist. Okay, that's reputable. By our calculations, okay. By our calculations, they moved towards Democrats by 8 points compared with a nationwide swing of just 2. Wow, that's 4 times the national average. That's 4 times the national average then that military members transitioned to the Democratic Party, I suppose, when Biden was elected, which means that there was a nationwide swing. The country is evenly split for the most part. Okay, well, I guess we just get the headline, but that's interesting. Oh. So does the military vote really lean Republican? I guess this is a common misperception that military is Republican. Maybe it's not. This is fascinating. Okay, I guess veterans lean Republican. They're older. So It doesn't seem like there's much hard data around this. It's mostly around senior military members. I give up, but so somebody just, why is this so hard to just, and we're back. Veterans usually vote strongly Republican, but polls suggest that may change this year. Okay, I'm over it, but I guess active duty, 42%. And that's of veterans, not active duty. I'd imagine active duty because they're younger, the higher amount, that likely means the number is closer to probably, it's about the national average. It's so interesting though. Cool. Very cool. Anyways, we were going through the Google Trends of the day, and so that somehow got there. Oh, because of Tommy Tuberville. Oh my God. Wow. That's psychotic that he won't give promotions to 300 service members who are entitled to them. I guess they're senior military members too, because he has a vote on that. That's okay. Carl Nassib made queer NFL history. Is this the first? Yeah, I remember hearing it. Okay, so Carl Nassib made queer NFL history. Now he's stepping away from the game. Number 7, Google Trends. Search A. He was defensive end in the NFL. I guess he's retiring. That's crazy. There's only NFL. Well, good for him. You know. Anyways, Kim Jong-un is meeting with Putin. I've heard about this. This is great. So reports are saying that Kim Jong-un is going to travel to Russia soon. I'm sure there's a good video on this. Oh boy. Just these photos. Okay, what? All right, I'll just watch.
Meeting between the leaders of Russia and North Korea is now in the works. CBS News has learned Kim Jong-un and Vladimir Putin will meet later this month.
There's just such a different style, man, of whatever this is. Champagne flutes.
To discuss arms negotiations between the two countries as Moscow continues its war in Ukraine. Imtiaz Tayeb is in Kyiv.
That looked like a Mid-Journey photo. Don't their eyes look?
Imtiaz Tayeb.
It just looks like I don't know. That's something about that.
Is in Kyiv following the latest for us. Imtiaz, good morning.
President Volodymyr Zelensky met with frontline soldiers. It's very useful to
next week, but I think we can sort of class this into two.
Cool. So I guess they're gonna meet and plot some weapon daddy deals. Great. Trump really accomplished nothing with North Korea, didn't he? I think this looks bad for Putin, if anything. I think it just shows that he's stooping so low. I mean, North Korea, for all of their headline gravity, they're not an economic power by any means. So I don't understand is the idea that he's going to give the headline says North Korea will provide Moscow with arms, but what arms does North Korea have? They have those ridiculous ballistic missiles. He makes these videos. This is the best. This is the best. If you haven't seen this. They put this on state television, him walking out like Steven Seagal, like a lunatic. Honestly, I don't know how anyone in North Korea takes this seriously and doesn't see it as like a fucking meme. Yeah, I remember the memes around this. Like he checks his watch like 3 times. What is he checking his watch for? Oh yeah. No way.
정보가 울렸습니다.
Is he gonna launch it? Yes. Oppenheimer, baby. Yeah, so I guess Putin's getting one of those. I just don't what they're getting. It just makes Putin look really stupid, honestly. Anyways, I don't cares about some Tigers pitcher. Oh, the Timothy Chalamet thing with Kylie Jenner, that was great. Anything new? It's crazy how much of the Google trends are about stuff people internet care about aren't reflect that. Anyway. Yeah, I think that's a good one for today. Remember, this is my first stream ever. So if you like it, maybe if there ever was any chatters, it would it's more interesting. But yeah, this is Onzo Mindhouse, and love you guys. Thanks for all the people on Twitch who stayed around. I see there was a few of you guys. I know you don't want to speak up, but I appreciate you. And if you do want to leave a comment or subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it. Just motivation to keep going, and try to do this, a few times a week. I think it's a fun thing. Yeah, that's my but yeah, it's just fun to talk about the news and what's going on in the world and these things that happen in the world. So yeah, appreciate you guys, and see you all sometime soon. Thank you again. There for now. I will see you later.